Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? This is Chazzy and welcome back to The Mixer, the segment on this channel where I give you guys all sorts of detailed analyses from all walks of life. I'll talk about people, places, animals, food, sports, traveling, the whole 9 yards. Hence why it's called The Mixer, because I like to mix things up in this huge playlist here with over 200 videos at this point. Will I ever get to 300? Maybe, maybe not. And if I do, I'll probably not remember to update the little intro to say over 300 instead of over 200. But anyway, today is going to be another very personal topic, that I really enjoy covering on this channel a lot, and sort of kind of like a indirect sequel of sorts, let's say, to this other video that I did some time ago talking about my trip to New York City in 2004. And today is going to follow a very similar format, nearly identical actually, but this time I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my trip to Universal Studios Islands of Adventure. And this actually, I recall having gone to this park just once, but looking through old family photos, I think I've gone there more than once, maybe some point in like the late 90s or early 2000s, when I was a kid, vacationing there, but I don't remember now. But my most vivid memory is in 2007, the last time that I went with my parents. I was a very scrawny and ugly teenager with braces, as you guys are going to see in the photos that I'm going to show you throughout the video, but get ready to see a lot of cringe, because holy freaking crap. In case you don't know, Universal Islands of Adventure, as it's called today, was opened in 1999 along with City Walk, which was actually an expansion, that it sort of converted the Universal Studios Florida into Universal Orlando Resort, and in 2013 they introduced their slogan, vacation like you mean it, which is very catchy, it does make a lot of sense, Now, in total, there are 18 attractions in this park, including 5 roller coasters and 3 water slides. When I went there, it was a little different, like it was still a lot of fun and had a lot of variety, But for example, originally it had 6 islands, The idea of Universal Studios is to introduce these themes of exploration, So each island had its own little theme, But as the name already implies, you embark on adventures that are tailored to Universal Studios film properties, which was what made it feel a little bit more grounded than Disney. The themed islands were really cool. And in 2010, they introduced a 7th island, which was the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is really cool, man. I would love to visit that, I'm not that big of a fan of Harry Potter anymore as I was when I was younger, but still, it would be really nice to see that in person, even as an adult. Then in 2016, they introduced an 8th island, which was Skull Island, based on the King Kong franchise, and definitely trying to capitalize on the recent craze of the Monsterverse movies, must be really cool. When I went, it had obviously a lot less than this, but man, it was still crazy, and I did not go on a roller coaster, I was afraid of them with good reason. The first time that I went on any roller coaster was in SeaWorld, I believe that was in 2009 when I went on the Kraken with my friend Brian, and I still hate him to this day for convincing me to go on that stupid thing. Freaking Brian. God damn it, Brian, you gave me nightmares for the rest of my life up until today, man. I will never go on a roller coaster again. Holy freaking frittata. Anyway, this park is located in Orlando, Florida, in case it's not obvious, because it's Universal Studios. I think there's one in California. Actually, no, that's Disney. There is no Universal Studios anywhere else, I think. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, before I talk a little bit more about my personal experiences going to this park back in 2007, let's take a look at the first series of very old and cringy photos of myself there. God. Oh, the embarrassment. The secondhand embarrassment that I'm feeling from my younger self, man, looking at these dang photos, and there's still more. There's still more to come. It's so boy. But anyway, so remember, guys, Universal Studios, it's more than magic. It's real. Oh yeah, man, even back in my day, this was a very popular attraction for everybody in America and even people outside of it as well. Back then, there were maybe around, 4 to 5 million people attending every year, and as recently as 2022, there were 11,025,000 people, Of course, probably with the addition of the new islands, that probably made it a lot more popular, It's like Disney implementing Star Wars now because they bought everything, and also Marvel. But, Universal Studios has its own little Marvel Marvel thing, you know. When I went, there was this Spider-Man attraction that I was really excited to go on. I don't recall going on it with my parents though. By the way, you're not going to see my parents, you know, in any of these photos in the video because I want to sort of preserve their privacy. You know, I'm just going to show myself here. I don't want to expose my immediate family on YouTube, you know. And so I don't believe that me and my dad went on that attraction because the line was way too long. I do think it was the most popular attraction at the time, you know, the Spider-Man one, which is I think a 3D dark ride thing, you know. I really wanted to go, but I never did, you know. Even when in the 8th grade there was a field trip there, you know, I didn't go. My parents couldn't afford to send me, so, you know, but I was very happy having gone in 07 with them. But there were a lot of things that we did, you know, and I was really, really crazy about dinosaurs. So the highlight of the trip, at least to me, was the Jurassic Park ride. You know, that was awesome, man. Like, looking back on it today, you can tell how fake everything is, you know, but man, as a kid, even as a teenager, it just felt so cool. Like, in the back of my mind, there's a part of me that knew that it wasn't real, but that T-Rex sequence at the end, man, when you're going in and you see that the raptors escaped and stuff, and you're going into the dark part of it, and you're slowly starting to climb up, and I already knew it was coming. Everybody knew that the T-Rex was there, you know, and it comes so close to you, man, as you dip under that. It's like, it just freaking gets me, you know. I was like, I really thought the thing was gonna swallow me whole. So there is a part of me that had a suspension of disbelief, but as it started to get towards the climax, I was really freaked out, man, you know. It was great. There was even this exhibition, you know, this little museum of sorts, an exposition with dinosaurs and sharks and all of that thing, and I loved it so much. I was in love with animals, but especially dinosaurs, you know, and it was really fun because it was a chance for my dad and I, who up until that point had watched all of the Jurassic Park movies together, you know. It was a chance for us to get up close and personal with the dinosaurs. My mom was there too, and she was taking photos, you know. She was kind of like our registered photographer. She did go on all of the rides with us, you know, but I guess she didn't really enjoy it as much, you know. She preferred to take photos and stuff. We did eat a lot of really good food. It was so awesome, man. And at the time, there was also this other little area of sorts, you know, because there were the attractions, the rides, and I was scared of some of them, you know, like for example the roller coasters. My dad also didn't feel the need to go, you know. I don't know if he was afraid or just didn't want to, just like myself, but we stayed away from those coasters, you know. We just wanted to go on the regular rides and stuff, but it was so cool, man. It was a nice sunny day in Orlando, no issues at all. And I was a teen. I was like I was a preteen. I was an adolescent, so I had a lot of energy, you know. I was just going crazy, you know. I did get close to one of the roller coasters that actually passed by right on top of the water, but even taking a photo next to that thing was really intimidating, as you guys will see later in the video. But holy freaking crap, man, just like being there exposed to these rides was so cool. I loved it so much. And before I continue and get into even more detail, let's take a look at 3 more photos. And I'm immediately regretting showing you them already, but then let's think about it. Oh my lord, there are only a few more photos left after this later towards the end of the video, and I hope that they don't get worse, but they probably will. Oh my god. Now, when you first walk into Universal Studios, there is the port of entry, you know, which is immediately highlighted by the Phasmos Lighthouse, the Pharaoh's Lighthouse, sorry, you know, that huge tower that marks the park's entrance, you know. Now, this theme park here is very catered, you know, to, you know, like, you know, myths and legends and dinosaurs, cartoons, superheroes, children's stories, and other Universal properties, you know. But 2 other things that stood out to me were the Toon Lagoon and Seuss Landing, you know, the Dr. Seuss Landing. And it was really nice because I was still really big on cartoons, and when you go to a theme park like this and Disney, there are a lot of thematic characters around, you know. I took photos with quite a few of them as well. Like I remember my mom took a photo with Hercules, my dad got a little peeved, but then he also took a photo with Xena, so, you know, it's kind of really funny how that dynamic worked there. So many cool characters. stores, you know, and the whole entire park just feels so inviting and welcoming, you know, because like I went to Disney when I was a kid and Universal Studios as an adolescent, you know, so it just felt a little bit more mature, but also just as fun as Disney. I had a blast there, and there were so many things that were so in line with the themes, you know. There was also this recreational area. The port of entry had, you know, like restaurants and other services, gift shops and that kind of thing, you know, those regular amenities that you would find in a theme park. But this recreational area that had this really cool gold NBA statue of a basketball player, you know, that's sort of like I'm guessing sort of like the downtown district of Universal, very similar to downtown Disney, you know, over at Disney World. So it was really nice, you know. There were a few cafes. I think there was even a Hard Rock cafe, you know, or maybe I'm just confusing it with another place that I went to with my parents maybe around the same time period. But it was really awesome, you know, so many different attractions in that little area there, because we ate really good food. I believe it was mostly fast food, you know. I ate a lot of candy as well. I don't recall if we bought any souvenirs while we were there, but it was still really cool in my opinion. Just the experience of being there, you know, and going on these rides with my folks and having like almost like bragging rights with my friends who didn't go at the time. But it was so cool, man. You know, it was so awesome because there's so much to do. You can't go to a park like Universal Studios and just sit there, you know. There's always something to do. The coaster, which was based on the Hulk, you know, it was very, very intimidating. It was all green and stuff, you know. I did not feel the need to go, but like I said earlier in the video, the Jurassic Park River Adventure was the highlight. It was the best one to me. There was also Camp Cretaceous, or was it Camp Jurassic, you know. There was I have it right here. I have a little cheat sheet just in case I need to remember something. Here we go. Yes, Camp Jurassic. There we go. It's kind of like this little children's play area and stuff, you know. I'm talking a lot from memory of having gone there, but I do have the page open on Wikipedia just to get some additional information, you know, if I don't remember a particular ride's name, you know. There's really a lot of cool stuff, man, you know. It's so awesome. There's also Pteranodon Flyers, you know. There's the Velocicoaster. Yeah, that was open in 2021, so I wasn't there. The Discovery Center interactive play area and whatnot, you know. So that was probably what the photos were from, the play area in the Jurassic Park Center, you know, because there are photos of me with dinosaurs, you know. I'm trying to fight a T-Rex and I'm standing on a Stegosaurus, you know. It's just so awesome. Everything just drew me in because I love dinosaurs so much, and everything else that was related to the Universal Studios properties, right? So to me, it was a home run, you know. I loved it so much, and I still have these very fond memories of it because it's so nostalgic to me today, right? God, it's just crazy, dude. It is really crazy. And my memories are so vivid, but because I went to so many different theme parks with my parents at the time, you know, the memories get a little crisscrossed here and there, but it's all good. It's all good. And there was also of course, the dinosaurs, the T-Rex statue, you know, outside of the Jurassic Park area with the little vehicle from the first movie, you know. Took some photos there as well. I'm pretty sure that was Universal Studios. I don't think I was in Disney. That was definitely Universal Studios, because there's a photo of me and my dad in front of the Universal Studios logo, you know, very, very early on, like in the early 2000s. So that's why I think I've gone there twice, but my memories of 07 are much more vivid, you know. So let's take a look at the last series of photos, thank God, before I go into the final stretch and give you a little bit more personal info. Oh man, that one was tough. That one was rough. That's when you saw the most of me and my braces back in the time. Oh jeez, oh my God. Oh, at least it's good. At least there are no more now, except for the thumbnail. Probably gonna have to put a very embarrassing photo of myself in the thumbnail as well. But anyways, so now throughout the time that me and my parents, you know, were in America, you know, with the vacation time, you know, we took advantage of the opportunity to go to a bunch of parks, not just Universal, but, you know, Disneyland, you know, in Orlando, and also Busch Gardens, Rapids Water Park, you know. And in Disney, we went to all of the parks that they had at the time period, you know, like Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom, and there was, I think we also went to Epcot at some point. I don't remember. We went to 3 of the 5 parks at the time, you know. Now there's probably like a dozen, but, you know, Universal Studios was really special, man. It was really something, you know. I even have a memory, I recall now that there was a moment where there was even a parade, you know. There were like these little ATVs and, you know, people dressed in the characters, you know, riding through the little park there. That was really awesome too, you know. I think Spider-Man stood out, you know. There was Spider-Man there, you know, on the little MTV riding, you know. I really wanted to go on the Spider-Man ride, you know, which was, I'm gonna get it here for you guys, you know, The Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man, you know, that's what it was called, you know, a 3D dark ride. It would be really, really awesome, man, to go. I still never have gone, you know. It's probably still there today, you know, but I don't know, maybe it's not as popular as some of the other attractions, you know, but I really would have loved to have gone there, you know. But, you know, we and my dad and my mom, we didn't want to wait in line all day because that line was freaking huge. It was insane, man, you know. But everything about Universal Studios screams America, you know, because going as a foreigner, it feels so alien to you. You know, it's like a whole different planet altogether, you know, because living far away from America, when you get the opportunity to go, you sort of appreciate it more, you know. Whereas if you live in America and it's like right next door, then it might not, you know, kids are still gonna love it, but I don't know, it felt more special to me somehow, you know, growing up in Brazil and having the opportunity to go to a theme park like this in America, you know, because they do theme parks right. Brazil does not, you know. I went to Hopi Hari recently last year, you know. I think it was last year, yeah, last year. You guys can see my travel vlog on it, you know. It's cool, but it's not the same as Universal Studios, not even close, you know. God, man, NBC Universal really knew what they were doing, you know. It was quite something. I think I said this earlier in the video, you know, the slogan, it's more than magic, it's real, you know, and the resort has vacation like you mean it. And I don't know anything else I can say, guys. You know, I gave you a lot of information, you know, didn't want to go on the roller coaster. I went in SeaWorld. That was quite an experience, you know, that was the most adrenaline that I've ever had in my time in America. Holy freaking crap, man, I still remember it so vividly. Really awesome. And I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys, mostly because my battery is running low, you know, and I still gotta go do other things. So yeah, man, felt really good. 24 years ago, this park was founded, you know. Freaking awesome. Universal Destination Experiences, you know, operate them. And yes, let me know in the comments below if you've ever been to Universal Studios, you know, when you have, you know, and if you enjoyed yourself, you know, how it was. I really, really want to hear from your own experiences, you know, so let me know. Drop a comment or two, you know, and stay tuned because I'll probably do something in the community tab related to this. I don't know exactly what, but there will be something, and it's all good. It's all good. And if you happen to like this very personal video, please go ahead and give it a like and also subscribe to my channel because I release videos every single day. And while you're at it, hit the notification bell too so I can know exactly what time I upload, and it's all good. I'm getting hungry, man. I'm really, really hungry. My lunch hasn't arrived yet. Kind of makes me miss the Universal Studios fast food, huh? It's probably all I ate, honestly. That is all that I ate there. And I can't remember what I ate. I just remember the attractions and the rides. It's all good. This is Chazzy signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Roll the theme park outro screen.